Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Varnhold's Lot, episode 2. In previous episode we created our character. We have Valerie, the Tiefling Knife Master. We've been appointed as the general for Maegar Varn. And we are supposed to meet up with Kjerdi and assemble a party. Because Maegar Varn has a job for us. How about that? Who is Ignash, actually? Let's speak to him first. An old man in a threadbare robe squints at you, fiddling with his matted beard. What do you seek, soldier? Oh, I'm sorry, general, of course. What'll it be? Spells, magic, secrets? Old Ignash can do anything, knows everything. I have wands and potions. I can tell you your fortune. It won't cost you much. Ooh. I want to know my fortune. I've been contemplating doing a voice for Valerie. I'm not quite sure. I wish I could do something like Laura Bailey, you know, like this seductive Russian-style accent. I don't know. The old man hides the money away and takes out a handful of bizarre dice with different numbers of sides and squiggly marks instead of numbers. He shakes the dice in his wrinkled, trembling hand, casts them and studies the results for a long time, moving his lips in silence and quietly counting on his fingers. You walk by secret paths and will come to a crossing without roads. If you step forward, you will lose your way. If you turn back, you will be lost. But either way, the liar's voice will find you. If you listen, he will deceive you. Oh, yep, that's clear. Yeah, can I get a refund? Who are you? With a visible effort, the old man focuses his eyes on you, me, Ignash the sorcerer. Duh. I worked for years in rain and snow, never a beer, never any dough. Oh, nice. Then one sad day I got myself wasted and suddenly the gift of magic I tasted. Oh, he's a real poet. Now I wander with fortunes to tell and spells to sell. Yo, yo. West Coast. Oh, he's really drunk. All right. Let's look for Kjerdi and see how we should get this party together. Oh, we can actually. Is this party members? Oh, that could be. Let's check the tavern first. The tavern owner's valet is a freckled halfling, waves to you gladly. Oh, I heard you're the general now. Congratulations, this calls for a celebration. You want a drink or just water while you're on duty? Her wife Carita stops wiping the cups and gives you a wry look. If I had to serve as general of Varnhold, I'd have to start the day with a glass of gin. But you do that anyway. Who said a tavern owner's life is easier than a general's? Oh, that's a point. How did you end up in Varnhold? We used to have a tavern in Gold. Huh. And then one day we didn't. They confiscated it for the needs of the revolution. But I suppose we should be grateful they let us go alive. They might have finished us off as oppressors and exploiters. Luckily, they were too busy enacting revolutionary justice in our wine cellar, and we managed to sneak away. Scumbags took everything we had except our common sense. Well, we broke our backs for a few years to scrounge up enough to open a new venue. We heard about this new barony, the new town, so we came here. It's quite a gold mine. Town is growing, there are more and more people, and all of them need to eat and drink. If Desna wills it, we'll be rich. What is on the menu? You see, that doesn't sound seductive, does it, if I do it? Can I hire Laura Bailey for this? This is quite similar to the main game where you have a room. I'm guessing this is, yeah, the personal stash. Oh, great. After I buy the camping gear. Yep. That'll teach me. Okay. Yep, nothing much going on up here. Let's talk to Kjordi over here, who was appointed the treasurer. Kjordi Icebok, formerly quartermaster and chaplain of the Varnling Host, now treasurer of Varnhold, greets you with a curt nod. For all the years you've spent in a party with this no-nonsense dwarf, she's only smiled 3 or 4 times, and never when she was sober. So, you finished celebrating? At your fun? Let's get back to business. My gut tells me they aren't going to let us live peacefully in this land. Oh, okay. She has equipment. That is good. Oh, yeah, that is good. I would recommend Gekor the Bruiser and Tahara. It's a waste when such a strong priest and fighter, who can tear enemies to pieces with his bare hands, is stuck patrolling the streets, and Tahara, that insolent mug, I'm afraid to keep her cooped up in Varnhold. What if she starts thinking too fondly about the good old times when she was a pirate? Okay, let's see what choices we have, actually. Oh, that's when you create your own... Okay. Yeah, in that case... Let's take these 2. Because otherwise, yeah, I would have to create more characters, which is gonna take a lot of time. Let's head to the fortress. Let's see if Seifel has something to tell us. Hello, come in, sit. I'm a little busy just now, but I can make some time for you. You're not bothering me over nothing, are you? I just wanted to chat, actually. You and Maegar constantly argue about everything. How did you manage to bring the Varnling Host to the victory, despite discord? By a miracle, no less. Varn is a natural tactician, able to turn defeat into victory with a single maneuver. But strategy, long-term planning, politics... The words are meaningless to him. How many times has he won a war only to lose the peace? How many times has everything we've paid for in blood somehow ended up in someone else's fold? Anyway, do not pretend you are a passive bystander to our arguments. Whatever we discuss, you always have an opinion, do you not? You both defend your opinions so ardently that you often overlook things. Quite right. You often point out something that allows both of us to see a problem from another angle. But let us be honest, regardless of the point of view, Maegar Varn and I commonly arrive at opposite conclusions. Tell me, how did you end up in a party of mercenaries? I did not end up in one, I created it. Sold everything I had and combined my efforts with a certain hot-tempered young man set on advancing his humble glory as much as I was set on increasing my humble savings. As you can see, it was a successful venture. However, I often still ask myself if it was the best decision of my life or the greatest error. We fought together for a long time. I still don't know much about you. Where are you from? People know as much as I allow, which I grant is little. However, a person is defined not by their past, but by their actions. The way they behave when faced with danger and temptation, how they hold up under pressure, and how they spend their leisure. After our many years together, you know me better than most. As for my homeland, it is of no importance. They do not miss me, and I have no longing to return. So what do you think about the barony's prospects? I'm none too hopeful. At least not until Varn gets his head straight and starts learning to see things like a politician, not a brawler. The experience of our shared ventures doesn't reassure me. Need I remind you how we hunted the Noose, the infamous witch? Was that the time we defeated a cunning and powerful enemy using 3 dozen goat horns and a bucket of phosphorus paint? It was the time you decided we should rely on a cheap masquerade as a stratagem, ambushing a witch after making the entire party look like a horde of horned demons. I refused to believe there was any logic behind this. However, Varn's initial plan was so ridiculous that it could hardly have been made any worse. Using a party leader as bait, risking havoc in case of his death, it was completely insane. And it sums up Varn. He's capable of great insights and bright ideas, but he risks too much and has no sense of consequences. I cannot vouch for the fate of Varnhold, if he does not rein himself in. Yes, you and I are both busy people now. What a joke. To be advisors to a baron who's doing everything in his power to destroy his own state. What a gloomy outlook you have, boy. 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 Where did I come up with that? Okay, Maegar. Maegar stands half-turned to you. There is tension in his pose, though he only stares in the distance. Without turning, he begins to speak. Valerie, you're right on time. We need to discuss the incident in Dunsworth, and about 1,000 other things that have come crashing down on us alongside with the Baronhood. What do I need to know about the incident in Dunsworth? There's a place in my dominions called the City of Hollow Eyes. Until recently, it was considered quite a peaceful and harmless place, despite its name. But something strange is going on there. Our scouts report that centaurs have attacked the locals and a gang of cutthroats is wandering in the area. It's a good bet that the centaurs and the bandits were uprooted by something else. Something dangerous, or perhaps they're drawn to the place by something precious. One day I will certainly become a decent baron. I'll sit on the throne, sip wine, grow fat, but before that wonderful day comes, I hope to add a few more pages to the adventures of the Varnling Host. So if you're ready, General, say the word and I'm ready to stretch my legs. Yeah, I guess I need some more time to prepare. How are you coping with everything crashing down on you, along with the title? Just think of it, I'm now a baron. That's right, your grace. I thought after so many years of leading the party, more responsibility wouldn't be a problem, and I was right. I'm not afraid of responsibility, but I'm afraid how little freedom I have left. Our wild exploits are over, Valerie. Of course, I can still steal some time to swing my sword around, but we'll never get back to how it was before. Remember that adventure in the Three Valleys on the border between Rostland and Isia? When the Noose Witch and her rabble were practically ruling the region, and the Sertovas made it a point to do nothing, waiting for the Eldori to make their move? Chamandi did the wise thing then, and sent a team of mercenaries, that's us, instead of our own warriors, but we definitely didn't do a single wise thing. You remember whose idea it was to use me as bait? Of course. It was mine. When would I ever get another chance to see my commander bound and gagged and packed in a big box of rotten apples? Don't you start that again, those apples were quite fresh. Yeah. Yeah, because that is the silly part of this story, that the apples were rotten. After several hours in that box, I knew the smell quite well. Still can't stomach apples, or even drink cider. Well, hey, I helped you with a possible addiction there. But yes, it was an insane plan. Of course, we could have listened to Seyfall, waited for the scouts from Galt, and watched while more and more people went missing. But time was running out, and the Noose was building shrines to demon lords practically out in the open, doing whatever she pleased. She must have been the most elusive enemy we've ever met. A witch with an incredible talent for conjurations and illusion, and with almost animal cunning. We trekked for over a year and never caught up to her once. But we were right about the plan. To make her drop her guard, we'd have to make her feel like the hunter, not the prey. I was the prey. We figured she'll be well distracted by the commander betrayed by his own people, and sure enough, you were able to seize the wretch. You know, I never told you, but for a moment there I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. I was all tied up, laying in that stupid box, and then on the altar, all the while wondering whether you'd ever show up. Would you have enough time? But of course I never expected what happened after that. I could just assume you'd jump out of the ambush and capture the witch before she had a chance to kill me. You could just as well imagine that you'd made a mistake, arrive a moment late, and my life would be forfeit. But in the name of Kaiden Kalian, I guess? The one thing I could never have imagined was a horde of horned monsters, howling in 100 voices, pouring down from all directions. But then I looked more closely at their leader and recognized my loyal assistant, and indeed my future general. Couldn't have been happier. If you were an angel come down from the skies. I can wear the horns and demoness costume again, but only on one condition, Maegar. You play the prisoner again. Ooh. How do you mean? Tie up my hands and lie graciously on an altar? Then again, those little horns. Have you thought about the future? Varnhold's and yours? And me in your plans of the future? On an altar? With horns? You mean what will happen when all the dust settles and we straighten things out here? That's simple. We'll get old really fast, become a terrible grumpy old man, spend the rest of my days regaling chance guests of the barony with incredible stories about the feats of my past. Truth be told, I haven't made any real plans for the future. I've barely gotten used to the idea that I'm not a vagrant with a sword, but a baron with my own lands, my own town, my own home. What does it mean? What about you, Valerie? What life do you see for yourself? Do you see yourself settling here in Varnhold? Or maybe you don't like the town? You're sick of me and just waiting for a chance to find greater fortunes elsewhere. Yeah, I heard about this really cool dwarf called Gran Blackforge in the barony next door, who I want to support. And actually my dream is of becoming the baroness here. How about that, huh? I won't leave you, no matter what awaits us next. Aww. Maegar looks at you and stares for a long time, as if he's thinking about asking you something else, but in the end he just nods. Thank you. You have no idea how glad I am to hear this. Let me ask you this question. How is it that you're not sick to death of arguing with Seifal? You've done it every day for years. It's a well thought out strategy. No, I mean it seriously. I've seen firsthand that the best way to rule is when one person makes decisions and has the responsibility, but lets everyone else speak and tries to hear them all. No one is perfect, Valerie. Especially mercenary Captain Maegar Varn, who somehow became a ruler for no good reason. As long as Seifal is with me, as long as I hear him contradicting me at every tiny step, well, I won't risk convincing myself of my own infallibility. Of course, there is another side to this. Making decisions nowadays means drowning in endless arguments, and governing is a competition in finding out who's the biggest idiot. That's why you're so important to me. Ooh. Without you, Seifal and I would end up acting like fools, because we wouldn't be able to stop arguing at the right time. Is it alright that most of the time I just want to give you both a good beating on the altar with horns? Someone to talk to doesn't hurt either. What? Someone to talk to doesn't hurt either? Okay. Without that, I'd go mad, and Sifal would end up so exhausted he'd have to retreat to some hermitage to honor Asmodeus in the silence of the oak groves. Oh, I'm joking, but still, you do bring harmony to our trio, at least a bit. Though our troop is never the most harmonious. Right, so let me grab some equipment then. Alright, so I grabbed some equipment and of course there is a party member that looks like my twin. Of course there is. Who is this?
People always invent such creepy names for old ruins. I bet when the Cyclops were alive, they called that place Goat Smell Walk or something of that sort.
I highly doubt it. The ancient Cyclopes, after all, had far better taste than you.
There were complaints about merchants disappearing in this area, along with their goods. We should look into this.
Okay, so now we have actually a moment of time to check who is this party, because I have no idea. Let's see. So Maegar is a level 5 rogue, which is chaotic good. As the youngest son of a nobleman and with a long train of brothers between him and the title, Maegar Varn learned to take by strength what he'd never retrieve or receive by right of blood. With fire and sword, even as a youth, he led a team of mercenaries called the Varnling Host. After decades of glorious feats, he received the title of Baron from the hand of Jamandi Eldori herself. As a new ruler of Varnhold, he faces new problems and opportunities. Will he become a ruler or remain a reckless mercenary captain? Okay, then we have Sefal Laurentis, who is actually evil, really, lawful evil. Sefal Laurentis is an experienced wizard and co-founder of the Varnling Host, a level 5 wizard. He serves as Baron Varn's mentor and uncompromising critic. He's a dismal man, I must say. His stare can make one curl up into a ball, or at least walk away as quickly as possible. Even I, a seasoned adventurer, never thought to cross him. Sefal likes to imagine that he knows more about politics than Baron Varn, his young and daring companion. The two have been together through thick and thin, but will they be able to remain true to their union, now that it's being tested by power? Okay, so we have a wizard, a rogue wizard. What else do we have? We have a level 5 Herald Caller. What is a Herald Caller? Oh, is that a paladin? Unlike crusaders or paladins who charge headlong into battle at the name of their patron deities, Herald Callers are adept at calling powerful outsiders to aid their brethren in battle. Okay, so it's not a frontline fighter either, right? Gekor? Yeah, and he's carrying a bow, so I'm guessing this is a ranged character. And okay, there is not really much of a... Oh, we have an elk companion. Okay. Tahara is a freebooter. Freebooter is a divine caster. Oh, okay. A freebooter is a natural leader, a pirate who works well with a variety of people and in a variety of roles. Her specialized combat tactics help organize and direct the crew, and freebooters' talents are in high demand. Most freebooters work as independent agents. A freebooter signs on with a crew when she feels the urge to travel, and often moves to a new ship when her contract ends. Okay, so what kind of abilities do you have? Oh, that's a ranger class. Okay, and this is... yeah, this is a cleric. Alright, so a ranger class. Okay, interesting. And then we have a monk. Scaled Fist Monk. Phew, we don't really have a frontline fighter, do we? Well, our monk here, but... So I'm guessing that Maegar himself and me and Bruiser here are gonna be the frontline fighters. Then we have Seifal in the back as a wizard. And we have Gekor as the ranged character, summoning stuff, I assume. And the freebooter, I'm not quite sure what she's gonna be doing, but yeah, we'll see. Do they have some equipment? Not a lot, it seems. So Tahara has 2 daggers. Okay. Bruiser has his fists. Yep, that makes sense. That's a masterwork longbow. Okay. Quarterstaff and short swords. Okay, yeah, there's not a lot of equipment. All right, let's see what we can do with this group. Let's see what we can do with this group. How are we gonna structure this? Let's put Bruiser in the middle. So like this, Maegar in the front. Something like that, I would guess. And the elk over there, maybe? Let's try that, we'll see. Here we are gonna find, if I'm not mistaken, a bunch of thieves or something? Or maybe centaurs? What was it again? Ooh. Okay, who do we have to do traps? Oh, that's me.
It is finished.
That is 1 down.
A trivial matter.
That is 2 down. Good. Very good. Let's head down here first, because... What? Oh, where did this one come from? Is there someone shooting at us? Really? Okay, Seifal. Now it's time to show us what you got here. Oh, you have fireballs already. Oh, that's awesome. But I don't want to waste a fireball on this goblin over there. Just send a magic missile in that direction. And then Gekor, you can also fire at him. Let's see, what can we do? Can I daze this opponent?
This spell
No.
doesn't work like that.
No.
I am inclined to withdraw.
All right. Just getting used to the party a little bit here, but yeah.
Cannot continue.
Yikes. Who was the healing person again?
I am inclined to withdraw.
How long is this gonna last? Doesn't really say, huh? Let's get everyone here.
This cannot continue.
Okay. So now let's do this again, and then we can profit all of us from a little bit of healing. That is good. Let's start looting. Ooh. All right. So let's continue exploring here. Oh, that's off the map, so let's check up. Maybe this will lead into a dungeon. And guess what? It does. We already leveled up, that's cool too. Let's grab some more stuff. What is this? An earring, okay. I could use earrings. Valerie is different than Grand Blackforge in the sense that she collects earrings, not potatoes. Let's, if you don't know who Grand Blackforge is, I have a Pathfinder Kingmaker Let's Play, like the main story, and I play as a Dwarven Druid called Grand Blackforge, who collects potatoes, so check that out. That is a lot of them. Chests eat goblins sometimes. I saw once. If it eats me, you'll be with no Baron no more. Oh, we have a Baron Your Grace. Okay, so I'm guessing either the chest is a mimic or oh, actually, we really need to throw a fireball over there.
My plans always come to fruition.
Before we get noticed.
At your service.
Let's see if we can do this. 20-foot burst. Let's hope. Yeah, that should catch a good amount of them. At least it was a decent idea. Okay, so let us see, what can we do? Guidance, virtue, light, that's not very useful. Dominate animal, that's also not super useful. Yeah, those are not the most useful spells, to be honest. Summon monster, how about we do that? What do we want to summon? Dogs? Wolves? Monitor lizards. Let's summon wolves over there. Come on, Sefal, you can do it. There we go. Bruiser, you attack Lynx Eye over here. Ooh, that was a good sneak attack from Maegar. Nice. Alright. That went seemingly well, although Sefal got a good bunch of hits. Let's get everyone together again and do this positive energy stuff. Very good. All right. On with the looting. Oh, we found some chicken. Found a bunch of maps. Let's see, I'm really wondering if this is gonna be a mimic. It's not. Oh, there is a good amount of treasure in there. And an amulet of natural armor +1. Let's equip that real quickly. It's good. Our monk has a armor class of 22. So it's not bad at all. Is that everything in this room? It looks like it, yes. All right. All right, with this first exploration of the this area, we are gonna end this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button. If you wanna follow along, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.